up, guys? Abel Streetcar Builds back at it again with another video, part 5 of our coyote swap. All right, guys, we are this close for our first drive, guys. Super close. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we've done so far. I am back to work, so I'll probably only be doing like one video a week, more consistent, you know. So let's jump right into it, guys. As you can see, I do have the front clip back on. It is on jack stands, okay, because I had to measure for the drive shaft, okay. And talking about the drive shaft, we got it right here, guys. Oh wait, wrong one. We got it right here, right there. Super quick. So I was thinking I was gonna have to, like, you know, get somebody out of state, everything, you know, 2-week lead time or whatever, 2-week, you know, wait time. So actually, I made a post on the coyote swap fox bodies, and a local guy here that's doing the swap also said that there's a guy about 30 minutes away that does them, balanced, everything to go. So I went over there yesterday, gave him the measurements, told him how I wanted it, how it needed to be done, and boom, knocked it out in about 3 hours. And it was less than half price of what I was gonna pay, you know, less than half price of what, you know, $1,200, $1,100. And I got it that same day, and we're gonna go ahead and put that on, and then we're gonna go ahead and show you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I've done with the wiring. All right, guys, I did that. I wasn't filming when I did that, all right, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you. All right, guys, so as you can see here, you know, this is the engine, the cold air intake, everything like that. Actually, it is already wire tucked. It's done. I wire tucked everything through the fender. Everything's ran through the fender, all through here and into the firewall and underneath the dash. All right, now underneath the dash and in the car, it's a spaghetti right now, but I was more worried about getting all this taken care of first, and then I'll worry about the back over there later. And let me go ahead and take off the front clip so I can go ahead and show you all how I did the wire tuck. We also got some goodies from, let's see, American Muscle and Power by the Hour, okay. Like I said, I did the wire tuck, so I needed the computer bracket, okay, so that's what's in there, and the degas delete, the little valve to get the air out, that's in there. And this, let me see, this, I don't need it right now, but you know, I was just on the interwebs, you know, late at night just scarring, and it was actually a really good deal that I couldn't pass up because it was like less than half price. But basically the way it is a 90mm throttle body, 90mm throttle body for the coyote to take advantage of the cold air intake. And we're also gonna port the boss intake. We'll port it out, get it. There's some guys local that are really good at porting, so we'll get it ported and we'll put that 90mm with the cold air intake so we can get the max NA out of this car, out of this engine. So first things first, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and take off the front clip. Oh, honestly, I'll probably put the drive shaft first. Since it's already on jack stands, I'll put the drive shaft bolted in so I don't have to worry about that. Drop the car back down, and we'll take off the front clip so we can go ahead and, so I can go ahead and put the bracket and show you how I wire tucked it. Drive shaft is in, guys. It's perfect. It was a little short, but that's for the slip yoke. The guy told me that he was gonna cut it maybe like an inch, maybe an inch and a half shorter, so it can have movement just in case the car twists, or, you know, on a launch or something, it's supposed to go in and out. So that's money, guys. Let's go ahead and take off that front clip and go to the front. All right, guys, we got the front clip off right off the back. As you can see, we had to use the stock air box, you know what I mean? So remember the last video was misfiring a lot. Luckily, our friend Joe, the guy that sold us the motor, Lucifer, I guess, Lucifer Deep Fried Fetus, that's his Instagram, TikTok, YouTube also. He had the stock air box from his 2014. I barely made it fit. Doesn't even have the filter in there. I have the filter in the back, but as soon as I connected, boom, started right up, smooth as hell. I didn't have all the plugs, you know what I mean, so I just put a rag in there super tight. It's working for now just to start the car. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the wire tuck. All right, guys, so I did this a few times, put it in, put it out, put it in, put it out, because originally the fuse box was gonna end up somewhere right here. Okay, so you know, and then I was figuring out what I'm gonna do with the computer, stuff like that. Okay, so Power by the Hour sells a bracket Okay, so when I was doing this, I Googled real quick. I was like, what kind of brackets are people using? And I saw the power by the hour one. So let's go ahead and it ends up being this one. Okay, so this one, this bracket ends up putting you bolt this to the frame right here. You bolt it to the frame. Well, the computer, you bolt it to the frame, the computer goes in here, you tie it up. All right, I'll go ahead and do it better when I unbolt it. So I kind of knew where the computer was gonna go, so I just zip tied it here, and I ran the wires. There's the engine, PCM, you know, I ran them through here, right through there, and into the firewall, and the fuse box also. The fuse box is gonna be kind of like by the passenger foot, by the passenger's feet, but on the inside maybe a little bit higher, you know. But I'll go ahead and show you that right now. I ran the alternator and the mass air, but this one's still kind of loose. I want to tuck it in a little bit better so it doesn't interfere anywhere, you know. And mass air right here, alternator goes in right through there. As you can still see the zip ties, boom. Okay, and another thing, guys, this is for the pull out, guys, complete pull out, guys. Let me go ahead and get down here so I can go ahead and show you. All right, this right here is the original battery cable that came in that 2015 Mustang. Okay, so it was long enough. I snaked it in, boom, boom, all the way to my solenoid and my let me see here, my alternator also. This is the stock cable from the alternator. This is the stock cable from it. I just trimmed it up and it goes right there. And later on I'm gonna go ahead and put something, whether, you know, some heat shrink, something so it won't corrode, anything like that, because we are gonna be driving this car a lot more. Okay, so if you do have a pull out, guys, like a complete pull out, save the battery cables so they'll reach the solenoid. And that leads me to the next thing. I wired this car up like a small block Ford. So battery, this is the battery cable that goes from the back. You see this one right here, and this is the goes to the starter, alternator, boom, charges up on the gauge in the car, boom. I'll start it up for you guys right now. And that's the starter wire. The starter wire right here. I don't know if you can see that right here, guys. That's the starter wire laying on the way in. So it looks all right. It's not perfect, it's not super clean, but it's good enough for me. All right, so the way the engine is, the way the engine looks right here, that's more or less what it's gonna look like, you know, aside from the cold air intake. But you ain't gonna see anything, no wires, no nothing. All right, so let's see here. As you can see, guys, I got a spaghetti of a mess here. All right, so what I did, I just wanted, because the thing is that I started the car with all the harness, everything up front. Okay, I said, oh, you got some spider webs. That's how much I don't mess with this car during the week. All right, all of this was in the front. So I was like, all right, it starts up. Now I want to leave the battery that's over here in the back. All right, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to wire it up small block Ford style, and that worked. So that's perfect. So this fuse box, because more than likely we're gonna get rid of this. All this, we're gonna go ahead and take off the dashboard. We're gonna get rid of all this. This is probably gonna be bolted up somewhere right there. I mean, somewhere where easy access. So because we are gonna be doing like drag and drive events, and so that's it. Let me see here. This snake right here. This is I think this is the fuel pump, or this is the fans, fuel pump, all that stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much all there, guys. So later on we're gonna go ahead and tuck all this in, make it look all nice. And let me go ahead and jump you all to under the steering wheel. All right, guys, so I was down here for a few hours, you know, last week, trying to figure out which key was the one that as soon as I put it forward, it gave me 12 volts, and then which one is the one that goes to the starter. So just in case you guys are trying to do this, it's the white and pink wire. You see, let me go ahead and give y'all a better, you know, it's white and pink. White and pink is the one that goes to the starter. And then most of these are just 12 volts. Some people use like the black and orange or black and pink. You know, I use the red and green. And it starts up with the key. Let me go ahead and start it up for you guys. Let me go ahead and see here. It should start up. The only thing, before I try to start it up, guys, So the stock computer only primes for like 1 second because it's returnless. So as soon as it turns on, it put. So when we get the car tuned, more than likely we're gonna go ahead and have them put it to prime for 2 or 3 seconds so it can fill up, because it is -8 feed. All right, so by the time it fills all that up, gets to the injectors and all that. But let's see, go ahead and see and turn it on. Whoop. The bracket is in. I ran to the hardware store, 3/8. It was supposed to be by 3, but I didn't remember when I was there, so I ended up getting 3.5, and it sticks out a little bit, you know, but it's all right. Maybe I'll trim these down, but I think 3.5 would work perfect. Threes. These are 3/8 by 3.5 with some washers. Drilled a couple of holes, and I like it. It's good right there. It's perfect. It's not even touching. What I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna put some rubber isolators in between the bracket and the computer, just, you know, to absorb some vibration around there. But that's pretty much it right there, guys. Let me go ahead and block the sun here so you can go ahead and see. Right there. All right, guys, so the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do, we got the degas bottle delete, which is basically like a little valve to take out the air from the water neck, because we do have the small block Ford radiator, and we're also going to put the overflow tank here or something like that. So this kit, you know, you can get it from Power by the Hour. And this one, they say it's pressed in. Let me see, this one is just pressed in, but oh, there it goes. I just used some pliers, twisted it up and down, and boom, came out. So now we're just gonna go ahead and I've never threaded anything, but we're gonna go ahead and try to thread this and put this in there. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's right, guys. Hopefully it's right. I'm gonna go ahead and try to put that little nipple, the little valve in there, see if it works. All right, guys, so it's the next day. All right, I was able to knock out some brake lines. You know, the pedal's kind of iffy, it's real low, but it does brake. I'm thinking that we are gonna try and go ahead and do a first drive and see what it does. All right, guys, so on the first drive, we do have to take it with the stock airbox, okay? Because it does need to be tuned for the cold air intake. All right, so the stock one's gonna have to do. I don't have the plug, so this is gonna have to stay there. Okay, let me go ahead and show you what I did with the brake lines. I used the stock proportioning valve. Okay, just wide it, and it goes to this one, the first one. All right, and this one just goes to the driver's side front. Okay, and it seems to work. I don't need to get like a proportioning valve or anything like that. It brakes, and it brakes straight. Okay, we just got to work on getting the air out of the system, and it should be good to go. Guys, so I'm having trouble getting the videos on my laptop to load, to edit. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and record it on my phone, recording from the laptop, so you can go ahead and get those videos. They're not as good quality and stuff, but you're gonna go ahead and see how the car works. guys, so that was the first drive. All right, this car freight trains on the top end, like it just pulls. I don't even have the sport mode connected, so I can't have it revved up. I just punch it, gets passing gear, and it just freight trains, man. As soon as it gets in gear, it pulls. I am happy. I was kind of iffy because you know, my 306, it ran good. It ran 10s. It would 60 foot like hell. But I haven't really done too many digs on this car. But we might get a converter or something, because I'm real big on 60 foot. I'm real big on 8th mile, because a lot of the race comes down to like who gets the better 60 foot. All right, the 60 foot, the 330. If you can get a good 60 foot, a good 330, you know, if you get ahead, it's hard for them to catch you. All right, so I'm real big on that. This motor, since it is stock converter, stock everything, you know, it kind of has an okay 60 foot. The car is really light. It has 410s, which is too much for the transmission. I'm gonna probably go down to 331s or something like that. But you know, this car hauls ass, guys. We took it with the stock airbox, stock everything, stock tune, stock everything. The only thing that this car has aside from the intake is just headers. Like once we put the cold air intake, once we put the injectors, the throttle body, and we get it tuned and the transmission tuned, and we'll put maybe some 331s. I'm thinking 331s. This thing is gonna fly, guys. That's gonna go ahead and do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. We finally got the first drive in the car. Okay, so like the only thing that's kind of stopping me is I did kind of mess up. I ended up cutting some wires underneath the dash. It's kind of messing up my blinkers and all that stuff. But the brakes are still kind of spongy a little bit. We still got to get that fixed. All right, guys. But in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that. Thanks for watching, guys.